games kicked off, I did say that I had three favorites. There's a lot of favorites, but the three standout teams for me definitely were Senegal. I mean, number one ranked team in Africa at the moment, seemingly unbeatable. They've got such a strong squad. So many players that ply their trade in Europe, like really vastly experienced players, and I think this is their time to shine. So Senegal for me was a front runner, and I definitely now, especially after the opening round of fixtures, they've just qualified for the quarterfinals. I know they're going to make it to the final. Ghana, the Black Stars, for me was another favorite. I've been a little bit disappointed with how they started their campaign because you look at the last Africa Cup of Nations in Equatorial Guinea, 2015. They finished second. Remember, it was a quarterfinal shootout. And they had almost the perfect kind of squad because there were a lot of youngsters in that team. Stars that were just like on the precipice of really shining and becoming proper ambassadors, of Africa. So it almost seemed right that they finished in second and let the golden generation of Cote d'Ivoire win in 2015. So they finished second, and then you felt that this year, for this competition, it was now their moment to shine. But it hasn't been that way. But they're still my favorites. Let's see how they get on. And then Zimbabwe, because there's no South Africa. And we know that the Zimbabwean team is riddled with a lot of players that play here in South Africa. And players as well that have done really well. I mean, if you look at Akama Billiard, for example, who's been absolutely sensational for Mamelodi Sundowns, African champion, for me, a standout player this past season. So through Zimbabwe, the South African market was able to vicariously live out their AFCON dreams, as it was. And I really thought they did amazingly well in their first game against Algeria. No one had given them a chance, and they held their own. But, obviously things fell apart, I mean, for a team like Zimbabwe to come up against the might of Senegal. But I think they've still given a really, really good account of themselves, and I'm so proud. They qualified, the Warriors. Yeah, definitely. Those three are my favorites.